Hey, this is Steve from Flowmaster. I'm happy to introduce our new Delta Force cold air intakes for the 2007 through 2011 Jeep Wrangler equipped with a 3.8 liter motor. Now, our Delta Force cold air intakes have a washable, reusable high flow filter that already comes pre-oiled, a black powder coated heat shield, a durable polyethylene intake tube with a nice rib design and the Flowmaster logo right here in the center, reinforced silicone couplers, all stainless steel hardware, anodized fitting, and they bolt right in the factory mounting points of the vehicle. Now, the tools for the job are 5/32 Allen, 5/16 nut driver, 7/16 wrench, half-inch wrench, 3/4 wrench, a pair of pliers. Now, all Delta Force cold air intakes are dyno proven. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm ready to get this installed in this Jeep Wrangler here. Okay, we're in the shop. We got our 2008 Jeep Wrangler here with a 3.8 liter. We're going to get ready to put on the Delta Force cold air intake. But first, let's get started on the disassembly of the stock air box. Okay, there's three things we got to do to get the stock air box out of this vehicle. First thing is we gotta take off this clamp right here and we'll pull off the breather. Next, we're gonna loosen up this clamp so we can take the intake tube off the throttle body, and then we just gotta disconnect the sensor. So first, we're gonna start with the sensor. We're gonna unclip it by pulling up on this little red tab. And now we're gonna go ahead and squeeze the black tab and then unplug it. Next, we're gonna go ahead and loosen up the clamp here. Now we're going to wiggle the intake tube off the throttle body. Next, we're going to go ahead and loosen this clamp up here. And we'll just pull off this breather. Next, we're just going to wiggle the air box. And it should come out as one unit. Okay. All right, we got our stock air box out of our Jeep Wrangler here. Now let's get ready on the assembly of the new Delta Force cold air intake. Okay, we got our Delta Force cold air intake laid out here on the table. We're going to start with the heat shield. Now this right here is going to be the top side of the heat shield. So we're going to go ahead and install the bracket. Now first, we got these two brackets here. They're going to go on the inside of the heat shield, and they're going to go down here at these two bottom bolt holes. Okay, we're going to go ahead and put an Allen bolt through the bracket and through the heat shield on the inside. Now here on the back side, we're going to go ahead and install a flat washer, a lock washer, and a nut. Now with an Allen and a wrench, we're going to go ahead and just snug these up. Okay, now these should be almost pretty much straight. Next, we're going to go ahead and install the third bracket. Now this has got a little step to it here. This is going to go on the inside on these two holes. And then we're going to go ahead and put a bolt through it. And then on the back side, we're going to put the flat washer, a lock washer, and then a nut on it. Now these two bolts, you can go ahead and tighten these all the way. Okay. So we got our brackets installed onto our heat shield. Next, we're going to go ahead and install the bar push-in mounts. They're going to go on the bottom of this bracket right here. So we're going to go ahead and put an Allen with a lock washer, a flat washer, and then put it through the bracket, and then screw on the push-on barbs. Okay, next, we're going to go ahead and take our Allen and our wrench, and we're going to go ahead and tighten these up. Okay, we got our brackets installed on our heat shield. Now we're going to go ahead and put this in the vehicle so we can get the final alignment of these two bottom brackets. Okay, the brackets on our heat shield are going to go to the factory mounting points in the vehicle, which is going to be right here, one right here, and one right here. So the heat shield should drop right in place. Okay, so now we know where our brackets need to be. We're going to go ahead and take our Allen and our wrench. We're going to go ahead and final tighten up the brackets. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and remove the heat shield now. Just simply pull up. Okay, we got our final adjustment on the brackets here. We're going to go ahead and put on the air filter adapter. It's going to go in this hole right here. And it's going to go on the inside of the heat shield. Now on the back side here, we're going to line up the three holes. And we're going to go ahead and put our Allen bolts with a lock washer, a flat washer. Okay, got the air filter adapter onto the heat shield. Next, we're gonna go ahead and put the gasket onto the heat shield. Now, the gasket may come in excess length, so you may need to trim it to fit your heat shield. So we're gonna go ahead and start with the top here on this corner edge, and then work all the way around to this other edge. Okay, we got our gasket onto our heat shield. Next, we're gonna go ahead and put some parts onto the intake tube. Okay, next we're gonna go ahead and screw in the anodized fitting into the intake tube. Make sure you put some Teflon tape on the end of the threads. Okay, next we're gonna go ahead and put the grommet, goes on the bottom of the hole right here. I'm just gonna go ahead and push this on. Okay, next, we got the stock air box right here. We're gonna go ahead and pull the sensor out. Okay, we'll go ahead and set the stock air box aside. Now on the new intake tube, we're gonna go ahead and push the sensor in to the grommet. Okay, got the sensor in now on the intake tube. Okay, next we're gonna go ahead and put on the reinforced silicone coupler onto the back of the air filter adapter here. Now the coupler has got the little hump in the center. We're just gonna go ahead and slide this on until it hits the back of the heat shield. And we'll go ahead and tighten up this first clamp right here. Okay. Okay, next we're gonna go ahead and put the intake tube on. Now you should just push it on, and the reinforced silicone couplers will basically stop right before the rib design. And now we're just gonna go ahead and just snug this up so you can allow for adjustment. So now you can twist it, it's still loose. It's perfect. Okay, next we're gonna go ahead and put on the other reinforced silicone coupler. And then we'll go ahead and put the other clamp on. This clamp you want to leave it loose. Next, we're going to go ahead and put on the air filter. Okay, now we're ready to go ahead and put our cold air intake into the vehicle. Okay, we're going to take the cold air intake. We're just going to slide down the heat shield here, and it should push into those 3 factory mounting points. Okay. We'll go ahead and slide it onto the throttle body. Now we'll go ahead and tighten up our clamps. Okay, next we're going to go ahead and connect the breather hose onto the anodized fitting. Okay, next we're ready for the heat shield top cover. Okay. So now you're going to use an Allen bolt with a flat washer on the lock washer. Secure this down. Okay, and the last part, we're going to go ahead and reconnect the sensor here. Make sure you hear it snap in. And then go ahead and push the locking tab. Okay, that concludes our installation here on our Delta Force cold air intake for the 2007 through 2011 Jeep Wrangler equipped with a 3.8 liter motor. Now, installation time was roughly about 30 minutes to 45 minutes. Thanks for watching, and be sure to follow Flowmaster on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.